First of all, I suspect that some of those Republican critics have a short memory because, as I recall, I'm inheriting a $1.3 trillion deficit, annual deficit from them. That would be point number one. Point number two, both under our estimates and under the CBO estimates, both the most conservative estimates out there, we drive down the deficit over the first 5 years of our budget. The deficit is cut in half, and folks aren't disputing that. Where the dispute comes in is what happens in a whole bunch of out years. And the main difference between the budget that we presented and the budget that came out of the Congressional Budget Office is assumptions about growth. They're assuming a growth rate of 2.2. We're assuming a growth rate of 2.6. Those small differences end up adding up to a lot of money. Our assumptions are perfectly consistent with what blue chip forecasters out there are saying. Now, none of us know exactly what's going to happen 6 or 8 or 10 years from now. Here's what I do know. If we don't tackle energy, if we don't improve our education system, if we don't drive down the costs of health care, if we're not making serious investments in science and technology and our infrastructure, then we won't grow 2.6%, we won't grow 2.2%. We won't grow. And so what we've said is, let's make the investments that ensure that we meet our growth targets, that put us on a pathway to growth, as opposed to a situation in which we're not making those investments and we still have trillion-dollar deficits. What we're trying to emphasize is, let's make sure that we're making the investments that we need to grow to meet those growth targets. At the same time, we're still reducing the deficit by a couple of $1 trillion. We are cutting out wasteful spending in areas like Medicare. We're changing procurement practices when it comes to the Pentagon budget. We are looking at social service programs and education programs that don't work and eliminate them, and we will continue to go line by line through this budget. And where we find programs that don't work, we will eliminate them.